Hello guys! Welcome to the explanation of Dark Season 1 Episode 2. If you missed the explanation of first episode, you can check it out from the description. Let's begin the explanation of Episode 2. So the main event of last episode was the disappearance of Mikkel, and Episode 2 builds on that storyline. So what we see in the beginning of Episode 2 is that it's November 5th, 2019, the morning after the disappearance of Mikkel Nielsen. A stranger with a briefcase arrives in Winden, observing the Winden Police Department search the field. He notices a dead bird lying by his feet. At the Conwald home, on the other hand, Jonas Conwald has a nightmare. After the dead boy with charred eyes and dressed in 1980s clothing was discovered, the body was sent to the Winden police station to be inspected by the pathologist Edda Hyman. During this time, Ulrich Nielsen navigates the Winden caves to continue his search for Mikkel until he finds a sealed metal door constructed by the Winden nuclear power plant. After Charlotte Doppler presents the evidence found on the unidentified dead boy to her officers, Ulrich privately explains his discovery to her. He theorizes that Mikkel has somehow accessed the grounds of the power plant. Although Charlotte is doubtful, Ulrich convinces her to request a search warrant, adding that all three Winden missing person cases that occurred over the years are somehow connected. At the power plant, Director Alexander Tiedemann informs Jürgen Obendorf of the search warrant and orders him to remove them tonight. Meanwhile, the stranger with the briefcase arrives at the Wald Hotel Winden, asking the nervous Regina Tiedemann for a room. The stranger settles himself by pinning and taping many pictures, drawings, notes, and diagrams on every room wall. He also owns a book called A Journey Through Time by H.G. Tannhaus. He opens his briefcase and takes out a complex brass device. In the Conwald house, Jonas comes across a hidden intricate map of the canvas in Michael's attic, with a note saying, "Where is the crossing?" Meanwhile, Ulrich and Alexander argue from opposite sides of the power plant's gate. Alexander points out that Mikkel wouldn't be able to gain access to the heavily patrolled section of the caves, provoking an emotionally driven Ulrich to berate Alexander and threaten that he'll return with a search warrant. Hannah approaches him upon arriving at the police station. However, Ulrich turns her down due to current circumstances. Ulrich searches through evidence and finds out that Jürgen had driven his van near the power plant on the night of Eric Obendorf's disappearance. Ulrich trespasses into the Jürgen Obendorf's junkyard, where he finds a hidden sack of drugs. Jürgen, who is armed, confesses that he and Eric were selling them at the Winden Comprehensive School. Ulrich dismisses the confession and asks him if he was at the power plant the day before, which he denies. He shows up at home to mourn with Katarina, who makes him promise to tell the truth. While the Conwald house is blacked out, Jonas asks Hannah if she thinks Michael was keeping secrets from them. Hannah admits that she does when asked if she misses him, but says he never revealed his true self. She concludes by saying nobody can know what a person really is like. The moment he asks if she loved Michael, the lights loom around the house, so she ignores the question. Meanwhile, Alexander's men are transferring large items into a truck. He hears a roar from the caves. Lights flicker everywhere in Winden. Throughout this, Charlotte goes outside the station and catches a glimpse of a swarm of dead birds lying around the car park. They appear to be connected to the flickering lights. While in the hotel room, the stranger pastes the newspaper saying, "Where is Mikkel?" on his wall. He then crosses out the where and writes when. This moment here suggests Mikkel has time traveled. Meanwhile, a scarred and filthy Mikkel limps out of the Winden caves and notices a slightly different atmosphere outside. He arrives back home and stares at the different scenery. He tries to open the door, but it is answered by a teenage rebellious Ulrich Nielsen, who calls him a fool. He witnesses Ulrich riding on a motorcycle with teenage Katharina Albers. Mikkel then notices a newspaper with the lead story about the Chernobyl disaster. He looks at the date, November 5th, 1986. So that's it for episode 2. This episode revealed the main theme of this show, that is time travel. But hang on. Still, there are thousands of secrets to be revealed. Until then, goodbye, take care, and do subscribe for more such